Good afternoon, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. Today, we're going to be talking about all of the new EXs and the 3-star Espers that are coming out this week. We have a lot of them. We have Whisper, we have Severo, we have Vistral, and we have King Khurry. We're going to talk about the two most important, which will be Whisper and King Khurry first, and then we'll gently glide into the others. Let's go ahead and dig in. All right, so we are on the JP side of WoTV Calc right now, and we're going to be taking a look at Whisper. And let's first take a look at her stats that have come out here. The EX board stats, she does get some nice agility here. We do see some HP, dexterity, luck, and coming down and taking a look at her job stats, we are seeing some more HP, more attack, but it's kind of just generic across the board, you know, a power level increase. Now, taking a look at her agility, I think this is really important. She has 61 agility out the door, which is quite a large amount for, you know, a unit that was, you know, like an older tier unit. So definitely she's going to be still viable, I would say. I think she's going to occupy that same slot that she's kind of already occupied, where she has her niche use and you're going to use her for that niche use. Let's take a look at the skills though, because she does get some very interesting skills and upgrades. It's all going to be all in her abilities. So the first ability, Divine Heal, right, usually restores 20% of HP and increases your max HP by 20%. It does become Divine Shelter, and it's still going to give that 20% HP heal and HP buff, but you're going to get a 25% Protect and Shell with a 10% HP regen on top of it. For a unit that is supposed to be tanky and, you know, almost that niche kind of resistance, bulky tank, this is going to be absolutely incredible for Whisper. Then we also have an upgrade to Trinity Break. Now, the upgraded Trinity Break is also going to have almost like a steal time element to it as well, right? It's still going to decrease attack, magic, and agility, but it's also going to decrease CT 15x for the target as well. So it is just an all-around upgrade, and I think we can all agree that it's going to be pretty good. Interestingly as well, the Trinity Break visual here, it actually becomes a piercing based attack. So you can see here that it's going to hit all 3 lanes, whereas originally it would only hit 1 target. So if you do have multiple targets in a row, you will be able to hit multiple targets. Finally, we do have Protect Break, her job level 25 ability, decreases defense and spirit by 20 and deals 165 modifier attack. This will be a single target 3-space range attack. Again, pretty powerful. We're gonna see Whisper kind of as this breaking, kind of beefy brawler-esque unit. I'm sure we're going to see some Whisper EXs here in the coming days. I know a lot of people are very passionate about Whisper, and of course with that passion is going to come passion builds. It's very similar to Freyevia, I feel like, and I think a lot of us are going to be seeing this. And I do think there is an aspect of Whisper, particularly with the Carbuncle raid potentially, where maybe these breaks are going to be useful or helpful, right? Let's talk about the second most popular EX unit that I'm excited for, and that's going to be King Khurry. Now, I am actually going to EX King Khurry right away because I'm actually really excited for his skills, which for those of you that don't know, King Khurry is the first unit that's actually going to have access to Frostbite in his kit. So I am really excited to kind of mess around and play with that. Taking a look at his stats here, he is going to get some HP increases, some attack increases, pretty much what we would already expect, bringing an MR unit into line. We got Dex, Luck, and Attack, right? Critical hit rate. And then across the board, just more attack, more base stats, more Dex, what you would expect. He's going to come in at 48 agility, which is pretty low. 401 attack, 12% critical hit rate. So we're definitely going to want to put maybe a high agility Esper on him to kind of make up for that. Taking a look at his skills, he is going to get an upgrade to Hunter's Knowledge, which is the range 1 accuracy 25 passive buff. The upgrade is going to be the Secret of the Bad Bow, and it's going to give him increased acquired AP by 50. Taking a look at his other upgraded ability, a Barrage is going to be upgraded, and you can see here, it is going to be a range height 4 AoE height 1 attack with a 25% chance to inflict Frostbite at 10x for 3 turns to the target. This is going to be really great. This is going to be very exciting. I think we will actually see with the power of ice right now, particularly with potentially a Frostbite VC coming out in the next few weeks too. I think we might see some Frostbite builds coming out, maybe not dominant, right? But I think we will probably see at least one or two of them, and it's definitely going to be fun to test around with, and I'm going to be testing it as well. His job level 25 ability is going to be the Hunter's Realm, which is going to give attack 30%, magic 30%, agility 25%. Again, it kind of, you know, it levels the playing field for him. It is an area of effect buff, but it definitely levels the playing field with that low agility that he has and the attack and magic that he has as an MR. Do I think he's going to be next generation amazing? Probably not, but I do think we will see him see play, and I do think people are going to be messing around with Frostbite because it's the first appearance really of Frostbite that players can use in the game. Severo is really interesting, and I think Severo is one of those units that has seen use actually, right? You know, we talk about Khurry, we talk about Whisper, and when we're talking about them, we always kind of talk about viability, right? Like they're very viable units. They would be fun to mess around with. Severo actually gets used, and I think Severo is probably potentially the most used SR in the game in terms of content and PvE content. I feel like we've used Severo in raid content. We've used Severo in, I think, even Trials of Reckoning. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I feel like I have used Severo so much, and he was one of my first SRs that I maxed out for content, that I feel like anything a buff to him or an EX to him is going to be pretty important. So what did he get? He did get a nice honkin' buff to magic here, about plus 100, some really nice HP. Scrolling down here, we do have some Dex, Luck, Magic, Initial AP coming in. A little bit of HP, not a ton. No agility either, so his agility is going to be coming in at 40, which is really low, but, you know, hopefully we'll be able to compensate for that. I mean, he is an SR unit, so, I mean, you can't expect to have everything, but he is also an SR unit that has seen use. He is going to get an upgrade to his counter, his magic counter. So his counter is going to have a 25% chance to inflict sleep, which is pretty good. It's also going to have a 50% chance to proc. So you're going to have a 50% chance to proc with magic counter and a 25% chance to put the target to sleep. That is a high probability counter chance with a really good counter. I think about this as very similar to slow counter, right? Slow counter is so powerful, it procs so much, and I think this is just the same, right? His buff to water gut not only increases the range of water gut, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be cast 5 squares away, and it can even hit that 6 square. Range height 2, AoE height 1, and it's going to decrease bravery by 40 for 3 turns to the target. So anything that lowers bravery, not as immediately effective, but definitely a pain in the ass, and I'm kind of excited to use this. I love when we see buffs to these original spells. Particularly, I'm excited for Gargus when he does come out with his Win Select quest, because I love what they do to his buffs there. Now, kind of taking into effect his, I would say, lack of agility and lack of survivability, his job level 25 ability does give him haste. It's called the Extended Curse. It's going to decrease his activation time by 350, which is substantial. That's almost, for most of his higher cast spells, that's almost 1 or 2 actions before they're actually casted. He's going to get 42% haste on himself, and he's going to get a 200% chance to ignore fatal damage. So pretty cool buffs overall for Severo. I'm excited for the water gut buff. I think anything with high range magic damage, kind of adjusting how you play the game and how the abilities and basic abilities in the game are used, are exciting. I think about Severo's identity kind of as this water mage that we have used in the past, and it lines up with the idea that he's going to be this powerful water mage in his EX form. So I'm super excited for this. Do I think I'll EX him? Probably eventually, but you know, it's been a while since we've seen Severo be relevant, and I think I'll probably put him on the back burner for now. Finally, we have Vistral. Now, Vistral is a pretty good unit, I would say. The thing that kind of bums me out about the EX Vistral, and I think there was a missed opportunity, is that EX Vistral would have been so much better if he came out with the Light Element Select quest. That would have been like so much better in my mind, and it would have made him more viable for that type of content. So I'm a little bummed out that he didn't release with the Light EX quest. But if you're out there and you haven't done the Light EX quest, this might be an opportunity for you to, you know, EX a light element unit, and, you know, a light element unit that's going to be pretty powerful to help you clear it. He is going to get some really nice attack. He gets some initial AP. He also gets some attack and magic. Unfortunately, the magic side doesn't get buffed very much here. You know, I kind of wish Vistral had a more magic element to him, which might make him synergize better with some light element units, because I would love to use him for some more jamming thrust. He does get Dex 66 and Luck 12 and critical hit rate 20 in his base board. Oh, sorry, I was reading the base board. Let me go to the EX board stats here. So attack 13, he gets 4 more agility, which is great. More critical hit rate and HP 260. And then it looks like he gets very similar HP, Dex, Luck, the usual. He's going to come in, though, at 57 agility. Now, remember, compared to Khurry and compared to Severo, right, this is significantly higher agility. This is actually agility that's almost on par with Whisper's EX. So lots going on here. 404 attack, only 154 magic, 98 AP, 23 critical hit rate, 15 evade. I mean, again, not amazing, but also not the worst. Looking at his skills, he is going to get an upgrade here to his counter, which is going to be quick action. So it's going to be a 30% chance to proc 40% agility. It's also going to give slash attack plus 20 and move plus 1 for self. Again, if you're running him as an evasion build, this could be really good, right? Because you could get more movement, more slash attack up, more agility up, which is just what everybody wants in kind of that evasion build. He's going to get an upgrade to Sucker Punch, which is the guaranteed critical hit when attacking from behind. And it's going to be decreases defense 30 for 1 turn when attacking from behind, and guaranteed critical hit. So mostly the same. I think this is mostly a useless upgrade. I think Vistral is really a lot of the times used as like a stealing unit or a thief unit. So I really feel like this steps away from his primary identity. However, his counter did give him move up 1, so he could potentially move behind the enemy, but maybe he would need like more movement in his kit besides that. It feels like he's maybe halfway to what his identity should have been. And then his job level 25 ability, Iron Needle Throw, is going to restore CT 250 for 1 turn to himself, and it's going to deal 200% damage. It is a pretty high range attack here. It is going to deal be 4 range and 1 range height. So pretty good, I would say. Definitely at 26 AP, it's almost as good as like Confusion Dagger is what I would say, right? Because Confusion Dagger is 31 AP, 165% modifier with a 25% chance to confuse. The problem is, though, in order to spam this, you are going to need that 26 AP, so you are going to have to build up that AP over time. And a lot of the times, if you're putting Vistral in your formation, he's not going to be the unit that has bells on him. So this might be, while it's a great ability, he might not be able to spam it. Finally, we do have Two-Headed Dragon coming out. Now, Two-Headed Dragon 3-star is a pretty good Esper, coming in with 25% Berserk resistance. Very relevant if you are running light element compositions. I know, particularly, I was talking with Cecil from Cetra, and he was talking about how the meta has kind of evolved, it feels like, to this like Dwayne, Venera, Black Rose, Helena, like evasion, disgusting compositions, and how he was excited for Two-Headed Dragon because if you look at his board here, Two-Headed Dragon does have a chunky bit of accuracy. So you're going to be able to get the accuracy. You're going to be able to get light attack up and that attack up from him, slash attack up as well. I would say most people probably excited for the critical hit rate, for the accuracy, for the light attack up. Again, Two-Headed Dragon is an Esper that has seen tons of use and is an Esper that will continue to see tons of use. He does get 1 agility more in his 3-star form, and my biggest drawback with Two-Headed Dragon has always been that he has relatively low agility compared to a lot of the other Espers. And granted, that's like 1 to 3 agility that I'm comparing. But for me, a lot of the times when you're agility tuning, it is extremely relevant. But a lot of people are stoked for him. A lot of people are excited for him, particularly with his accuracy. I would probably lean more in on the critical hit rate and the light attack up, because I am not usually at that level of play where I'm fighting a lot of dark evasion compositions, but lots to be excited for here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you do want to support me, you can use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins. Even if you aren't purchasing Amazon coins, you can use that link if you're going to check anything out on Amazon. Just go to dig.gs/coins before you check out, and then go and click on the checkout box, and it will flag everything in your checkout box to give me a small percentage to support me. So thank you, everybody that does that. It does let me do this for a living, and have a great rest of your day, everybody.